County Board of Supervisors. We'll call this meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item number 3 is to approve today's agenda. Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 3.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments on today's agenda? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved. Item number 4 is to approve the January 2nd, 2019 meeting minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments on the January 2nd meeting? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 4 carries. Item number 5 is to approve drainage claims, and we have none today. Item number 6 is to approve and place on file the annual salary increase for Assistant Webster County Attorney Hans Becker to $78,400 effective January 14, 2019, upon the recommendation of Webster County Attorney Darren D. Driscoll and in accordance with the pay scale for policy Assistant County Attorney.
Sure, I make a motion we act on item 6.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments on item number 6? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item number 7 is to receive and place on file the 6-month pay increase from $15.93 to $16.39 per hour for Brian Stamp, Correction Officer, full-time, effective January 5th, 2019.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 7.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments on item number 7? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 7 carries. Item number 8 is to receive and place on file the quarter ending December 31st, 2018 Sheriff's Fees Report.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 8.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Sheriff?
Well, our fees for this quarter, the one that ended December 31st, mileage fees that we collected were $1,576.64. County fees collected were $13,743. Miscellaneous fees, which are sheriff sales, garnishments, all those, $165,677.58, and $6,615 in weapons permits, which was a total of $187,612.22. Most of that we don't get a keep. We dispersed $167,254.22, and then weapons permits were $6,615, and for a total of $173,069. And a check for $13,743 was given to the treasurer.
Questions or comments for the sheriff? Thank you. It sounds like a lot, but you don't get to keep much of it.
Not much of it. It kind of hurt us with the cards and the weapons permits, because that was profit, but.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments on item number 8, quarter ending report for sheriff's fees? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 8 carries. Item number 9 is adopt the resolution number 2019-1, a construction evaluation resolution relating to the construction of confinement feeding operation structure.
Sure, I make a motion we act on item number 9.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. This is the county adopting the master matrix. This is a tool that we use to evaluate confinement operations given to us from the DNR. We are using the copy from the DNR since we have had multiple agencies and organizations send us different versions. We did verify this is the DNR's version. Questions or comments on item number 9? This is a roll call.
Hinkle, aye.
Campbell, aye.
Conrad, aye.
Vote aye.
It passes unanimously. Item number 10 is to approve the wellness program agreement between the Iowa State Association of Counties, ISAC, and Webster County.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 10.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. This is the wellness program that ISAC puts on annually. They have made some changes this year. We'll be using a different provider. I believe it's going to be Mercy Hospital. So we'll have some pretty big changes. We're excited for this. And we'll be working with the different union contracts to make sure that this fits with those. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. It is now time for the public hearing at 10:07 on final consideration to amend the zoning ordinance number 046 on case number RZ 201801, a request by Dan McGough and Karen Hewen applicants on behalf of the Paul W. and Veronica A. McGough Estate, Trust, and landowner in Webster County, Iowa, with two subject parcels, requesting a zoning map amendment from A2 Transitional Ag District to I1 Industrial District for no specific land uses, with parcel identification numbers 07-26-300-003 and 07-26-300-004. Said properties are to have a legal description of the southwest corner of section 26, township 89 north, range 28 west of the 5th PM, Webster County, Iowa, also known as 2076 Quail Avenue, Fort Dodge, Iowa. Do we have any written comments?
No.
Any public questions or comments? Okay, we'll close the public hearing at 10:08. Item number 11 is to adopt an amendment to ordinance number 046, the zoning ordinance for the unincorporated area of Webster County, Iowa.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 11.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Chad, do you have anything to?
No, it's been all quiet since the last time we took this up back in December, so.
All right. If there's no questions or comments on item number 11, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Thank you, Mr. McGough. It is now the citizens' opportunity to address this board with items not on the agenda. Board of Supervisor Committee reports. Oh,
I just,
come on.
there's a tree trimming aspect that the county is using right now, especially on my property, to where I live out on Hayes Avenue.
Go ahead. You have to say your name and address.
Okay, my name is Jeff Blumel. I live at 1780 Hayes, Fort Dodge, Iowa, 50501.
Okay.
And it's along the Lizard Creek area. There's some tree trimming that's going in there, and after speaking with Matt Cosgrove of the County Conservation Office and watching the destruction of probably about 30 of my trees, and supposedly they were going to possibly fall into the roadway when they're 40 feet away from the road. There's also, they're not trimming the trees, they're just busting them up. I've got like a thumb drive, I don't know if that can be put up on the screen to show the damage of the trees. I started to print them off, but then was told that there would be a way to show them.
If you are able to, IT has to check it first and then we can put it on.
Okay, yeah, there's, I mean, a bunch of files on there, but primarily all of these are under trees on there. The machine that they're using doesn't cut trees. Now, I understand talking to Dale Isles and such that, you know, well, they're trying to take the canopy back, get more sun on the road, but they're reaching across private property lines. And they went in, and I probably lost 15 trees that were anywhere from 30 to 60 years old. I mean, this big around, and they're just busting them up to the point to where there's no branches left, there's nothing left of them. And then they're taking the refuge from this, and then they're shoving it down into a ravine on the other side of the road, which then is right on top of a freshwater stream that flows into Lizard Creek. So basically they're polluting that stream, that creek, and then creating a larger problem, according to Matt, saying that, well, birds are gonna land on there after they process the seeds. It just creates the problem that they're now destroying. The machine doesn't cut trees, it actually just like shears them off, and it just shatters them and cracks them. And I mean, there's trunks this big around that are just split in half by this machine. And then I was also told that there's a newer machine coming out that's called a brush hog that tears them up even worse. And then they also said, we're gonna let another part of the county use that first because we don't wanna take the phone calls from what this machine, we already have enough phone calls from the destruction of the machine we're using. Now, he's saying that this is a safety issue, it keeps our guys from running chainsaws, but when you're killing and destroying the trees, and especially reaching across private property fence lines into my timber and then breaking those all up, then I have a problem with it, because basically I like the wildlife and the liquid Lizard Creek, and now I've got a spot from about here to the wall that used to just be full of trees that was in my property that is now just gone. They're just, I mean, I'm looking at tree stumps, I'm looking at shattered wood, and there used to be, I mean, there were oak trees, ash trees, cottonwoods, and everything is just, they're gone. I mean, they're out there today before it warms up enough to where the road gets soft again, trying to clean some of it up, but it's in bad shape.
Have you had an opportunity to speak to our engineer?
Randy and I did speak last week. It's one of those to where, I think there's a better way to do this to where there's not the destruction.
Okay.
It's like, the new machines are a lot quicker, they possibly save time, but when you're not trimming trees, basically, I mean, some of the trees are like from here to the wall away from the road, and then 15 feet down an embankment, there's no way that that tree is gonna fall into the road. So I have to drive up and down there, and then, you got other landowners calling me like, what the heck happened here? It's like, well, this is supposedly, and then there's one bank that does come down on the road where there was some tree leanings, but they took all of those out. Well, it's like, it's just gonna create an erosion problem now, because there's nothing holding these trees in. That's something better has to be developed. And especially if they're gonna trim these trees, or if they need trees, they need to contact the landowner. I mean, I came out, just working in my shop, and I came upstairs, noticed all this heavy equipment sitting at the end of my driveway, and then went down and looked at my trees. I was just sick. It was bad.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Randy, can you address any of those issues, or what you plan to do in the future? Or we're looking at some better communication with landowners on trimming?
Yeah, that's probably most important is, Randy Willow, Webster County Engineer, and then when we have a more open winter, we try to take advantage of the open winter and do some brush and tree work. And again, I think I mentioned that's what we were doing because of the open winter. And I think the lesson to be learned here is that we need to, when we're, there's 1,200 miles of roads, and there's some really, if we do not do any brush and tree control, or do not keep on top of it, it gets way out of hand. And I'm talking the bigger picture of the whole county, more so the Warren River or the Lizard, or where there's bodies of water and winding roads and so forth. So we need to keep ahead of it. If we don't do anything, it will create other problems. Little trees become big trees. Big trees become very expensive maintenance. And a comment related to that, and it has nothing necessarily to do with this, is in your drainage district work, you don't want to have trees growing along your drainage district. So, but this is, excuse me. This is, I think that the message I gave to the foreman is, when you get near residential areas or questionable areas, we have to stop and talk with individuals and make sure that we've communicated with them. We've had 2 complaints, one down by Harcourt and then this one, and, you know, Dale talked to you more than once, and I've talked to you once, and go from there, I guess, but, and then, you know, that particular road is not on section line per se, so it's, you know, there's a little fence there and so forth, so I don't think there was anything malicious intent by the county, but I think, with the foreman communicating with crew leaders or whatever, all the employees will minimize any of this in the future. That's our goal. And I apologize for the no communication initially and the miscommunication. And I think what I thought I resolved Friday was that we would clean everything up as thoroughly as possible, and some of the larger logs would be hauled onto your property for use. That's kind of what we're at now.
Yeah, I mean, they're out there today, they seem to be doing a good job, it's just the whole incident of coming up and seeing like the whole first row of your property of trees, anywhere from 20 to 30 trees just gone or shattered. And that's what was hard.
Sounds like communication will help a lot here. So thank you, Randy.
Yeah.
John, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
The master matrix resolution that you passed there, that occasionally becomes kind of a hot button issue, as you know. Are you having any, let me come up here. Joe Suter from the Messenger. Okay. Are you having any more communications with our lawmakers down in Des Moines about possible changes to the matrix? Are we still attempting to pursue that? Because like you've said many times, there's nothing we can do about it here, but people often ask me to do something about it.
We have a new representative this year, and the session will be starting soon. At that time, we will sit down and have a conversation with him about concerns that are brought to us. An example of concern is a road issue today. The matrix does not address those types of things, but those are the challenges that counties deal with people that have confinements on their roads, how much additional maintenance it takes. So again, a conversation with that confinement owner, conversation with our representatives and our legislative leaders will hopefully bring about some sort of new process or improved process. I don't think they'll open the matrix, but I think a conversation without the rules. There's a lot of new things going on in respect to confinement that farmers don't get credit for that they do, that they could get credit for. But there's other things in the matrix like Supervisor Zinkball addressed that point they're given for that no longer exist. So it's all about a conversation. ISAC has been very good about starting the conversation. We have good landowners that come in and help us, and we look forward to working with the producers on that. Thanks. Anything else? Continue with supervisor committee reports.
Yeah, there was a hazmat meeting on Tuesday. We convened for a little while, and then we decided to have another meeting next Tuesday at 3 o'clock. If anyone would like the minutes from that meeting, I'd be happy to provide them.
I have nothing.
Introduce our guests.
Yes, we have some students here, Emma and Casey, who are here as part of their government class. Hi. Hi. Do you have any questions for us or anything that you're interested in?
They usually get up and do a little speech for us.
If you want me to do one, I will.
All right, a motion to allow claims.
So
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you very much for joining us.